Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk. I'm Heidi Smith. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in the United Kingdom, right in the heart of the country in South Warwickshire, near the Worcestershire border, not far from Shakespeare's birthplace. Yeah, I run classes in non-pandemic times and hope to share my creativity with you. So today is Dandy Garden Suite. So this is on page 24 of the new January to June catalogue. You see here lovely dragonfly and ladybird and dandelion images. Really pretty sort of suite. It's a double suite, which means that there's two stamp sets. One has dies, one has a punch, and I'm using the one with the I'm using the set with the punch today, which is this one here, Dragonfly Garden. I will probably call it Dandelion Garden at some point, or something completely different, but anyway, it is Dragonfly Garden, and you've got this lovely so Black Eye Susan, I think they're all echinacea plants, really pretty cottage garden image. Two beautiful dragonflies, large ones, a wing image to help colour those in, along with some sentiments and a little. I meant to look up what a flock of dragonflies looks like. I'll probably call it butterflies. But anyway, that's the stamp set I'm going to be using. And this is the card we're creating, and you can see I've used some of the designer series paper. So I'm going to do a variation on this using one of the other pieces of paper. So it's a 6x6 pack, so you get 48 sheets, so you get 4 each of 12 designs, and you see there's quite strong images on the one side and wider ones. These you see dragonflies cut out with the punch as well, but you see dandelion heads there. Lovely sort of more dragonflies, smaller ones, dandelions, some lovely stripes, leaves on the reverse. I thought we'd use this Blackberry Bliss paper, one of my favourite colours. Little bees there. Again, some more sort of dandelion images and the stripes. That was one I used on my original card. And then some sort of generic, so sort of floral on one, generic on the reverse. So Calypso Coral as well in this, and yeah, great range of colours. I thought so this one's sort of quite sort of blue and white. I do like a bit of blue and white, and I've popped those dragonflies up, and you possibly can't see it. A little bit of shine on those, a bit of wink of Stella as well. So you're going to start off with a standard card base. So this is 21 by 14.5 centimetres, scored at 10.5, so 5 3/4 by 8 1/4, scored at 4 1/8. Then a piece of designer series paper to go on the front there, and this is the whole card front, so this is 14.5 by 10.5. I'm just using some Tombow there. It gives us a little bit of wiggle room. And open the card up. And just add that to the front there. And then we can pop that to one side to dry. Okay. So next I've got a piece of the Blackberry Bliss design, which is darker, so to kind of give us a bit of contrast, and I've added that onto a narrow layer as well. So this one is about I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. It is 6 centimetres by 9. So for those in imperial, it is 2 1/4, 2 3/8, yeah, 2 3/8 by 3 1/2, and then just add a 1/4 inch onto those dimensions for the layer, or a 3 mil to get the metric narrow layer. If you find it easier, then just add 1/2 centimetre on. So you've got a layer there that we can see. Just gives us some dimension, lifts it up a little bit. Oh, and one thing I didn't point out to you is one of the other things in this suite, which are the gorgeous little ladybird elements, which I think are really sweet. I will show you those in a moment. So what I will do is add this to our card front. And I'm just kind of positioning that so that there's kind of an even border all the way around. And then what I'm going to do now is stamp my sentiment and also my dragonfly. So I've got some Blackberry Bliss here. Now you'll see there's actually 2 designs within the Dragonfly garden stamp set. You can see the difference in the wings there. So I'm going to I'll use the different one just so you can see what it's like. So I'm just going to pop this onto one of our blocks. So looking at that, just knocked my tripod out of the way. I'm just popping it onto one of our D blocks. And then the sentiment as well, may good things grow all year long, and I'll tell you in a moment why I've chosen that sentiment. And I'll just pop that onto a block. That's actually one of our B blocks, I think, yeah. Okay, so first things first, let's add our sentiment on. So I'm going to use our timeless label punch for that, and I'm going to punch that out right at the edge there. And then I'm going to grab a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock that and punch out a second shape, but we're not going to use all of it. So all I'm going to do is punch that out. And to get my layer, I'm actually going to do something slightly different to what I did originally. So originally I actually cut diagonally to get that layer, but I'm not 100% happy with it. So what I'm actually going to do is cut, I'm going to cut the end there, which will give me that border on the end. Move my card out of the way, try and clear the decks. I am a messy crafter. Right, okay, which end? So this is the end of my sentiment, so just add some seal to the end there and add that sentiment. And then what I'm going to do now is just cut down the middle and add some adhesive to each side. Just line that up. That's better. That's more the effect I wanted to get. And it's like you look at something afterwards and you think, yeah, not quite what I wanted. So you can see there, just popping that there. And those ends are going to be hidden when we tuck it behind our card front. So what we'll do now is trim that down, and that's going to pop in the end there. So you see there, I'm just going to pop that, and you would never know that that wasn't a complete label underneath there. So we can pop again another couple of dimensionals, just because, or you can use your scrap dimensionals. This is where I often use them. I'm going to pop a piece on each side of that label, keep it well supported. And use that bottom edge just to line that up. And this is where these lovely, look at these little cute ladybirds. Those are absolutely great, these little ladybirds. I think they're so sweet. Now I think they will probably fit onto a mini dimensional. I'm actually going to, I think I used a glue dot. So they fit perfectly over on our glue dots, and these glue dots are great for adhering embellishments because they're really strong glue. So let's pop that out of the way. grab my Memento ink, because we're going to stamp our images of our dragonflies, not butterflies. I keep going to say butterflies, it's so weird. So I'm just going to stamp. I need a bigger bit of paper. Yeah. There you go. So you see really good Memento black ink. Like so. And that's perfect for colouring as well, and it works really well with the Wink of Stella. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut diagonally across there, because when I punch this, I'm going to close my ink pad up. When I punch this, what I want to do is make sure that I'm not destroying another dragonfly when I'm doing it. So here we go. So just line that up underneath, and again, as I always say, if you've got dexterity or power strength issues, put it on a flat surface and press down. So again, if I show you that, what you would do is you'd feed it in, add a post-it note if necessary, and just partly close till you get it lined up. So just sort of hold it, and you say it's easier to look over it. It's probably more difficult for me because I'm sat down at an angle with my tripod. There we go, and press down, and that actually is good for the punch too, because it keeps it nice and flat. So having punched those out, again, I tend to punch first. Best practice is punch first, because that way you'll get an you're not going to colour your image and then find that you have a problem when you're punching it out and mess it up. I'm going to grab my ink pad, and I'm just going to grab my block and add some ink to it. So there's my Blackberry Bliss ink. I'm then using my Wink of Stella, and I'm just adding a little puddle, just squeezing it. Don't go too mad, it goes a long way. So I've then got some gorgeous shimmery ink. So I'm just going to work from the centre out to create these there you go again, dragonflies. You'd think I'd know what the difference between a dragonfly and a butterfly was at my age, but hey, it's funny, isn't it, how words just get into our brain. So I'm just working from the centre out, because as I work it out, the colour will dissipate, so you'll get a paler colour at the end. And then I'm just going to come in on that body as well. Dragonflies always remind me of holiday, I have to say, because when we sail we often get dragonflies buzzing about and following the boat, so it is rather lovely. And it's one of the reasons why I love the blues and purples, because that you get those gorgeous colours. And you can see I probably put sort of too much Wink of Stella on my block, because I've got loads left. There we go. So there we have two shimmery dragonflies waiting to dry. Okay, perhaps should have done those first. But while we're waiting, what I am going to do is to use up some of that Wink of Stella, I'm going to just very quickly stamp another one on the inside of the card and colour that one too. Okay. Might as well use that up. You see, it's and if you're worried about it sort of contaminating your Wink of Stella, you'll find that all you need to do is just brush it a few times. You can see that's already come clear as well. So all that remains now is to shape these. You know me, I do like a bit of shaping on my on wings. although I don't do as much on dragonflies because obviously they tend to have straighter wings. So perhaps I'll just lift those up and crease them. They're just very slight, there's not as much curve as a kind of upwards bend on those. And again, a bit of dimensional, mini dimensionals maybe on those. I'll probably pop some, because I'm going down the body. And then a chunkier bit. So it's a chunkyish bit in the middle. There. And then a couple of, just a narrow bit on the bottom part of the body as well. Let's have those zooming in. And I thought that this worked perfectly to go with a packet of seeds. So, may good things grow all year long. Pop a message into somebody, pop a packet of seeds in, and there you go. How about that for an easy way to package up some seeds? A bit of fun. And there we have it. So there's our Blackberry Bliss. There's my Misty Moonlight. Which do you prefer? I think they both look lovely, and I'd be delighted to receive either one of those. Let me know what you think. And if you'd like to purchase the Dragonfly Garden bundle, pop along to my blog at Flutter by Heidi. There'll be links there to it, or go to the description bar below this video and you will find that there are links there to all of the products used as well. And if you're shopping during Celebration up to the end of February, don't forget, for £45 you can choose something for free as well from the Celebration catalogue. Want to know more? Drop me a line, give me a call. Thanks for watching. Come back soon. Bye.